Hello, and welcome back to Get Healthy Now Mastery. Well, today we have a good one for you. And we're going to talk about the benefits of tomatoes, the power that is packed in those wonderful things that look like tomatoes and that are tomatoes. Not just look like tomatoes, but are tomatoes. But first of all, let me say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you. I am so grateful for you. And thank you to those who have not subscribed, however, that you will subscribe. Hopefully that this video that you're seeing today will encourage you or inspire you to subscribe to my channel. It's about us getting healthy. It's about us recreating a body that is full of energy and full of vibration, vibrant. So this is what this channel is all about. And so I want to do just that, is to help us to increase our vibrant living. That's what I call it, vibrant living. We don't want to just live, but we want to live with great vitality, great energy. And it's good to be alive today. And again, thank you to those who always send me comments. I love the comments. Thank you for those who always give me a thumbs up. Thank you for liking the video. And thank you for sharing. And again, we want to reach 1,000 people. We want to help 1,000 people to get healthy now, to master this thing of health. So that means that we encourage each one of us to always evaluate and make changes in our lifestyle. So today, again, we're going to talk about the benefits of this powerful thing called tomatoes. You know, I'm doing a series on the vegetables that I'm growing in my garden. These tomatoes came out of my garden, out of my backyard. Yes, they did. All right. So, and they are good and sweet. Now, you want to know what they are? I have. This is aroma. These are aroma tomatoes here. That's what these are. These right here, not sure what they are. I want to say black creme, but then I'm not sure. Then I might get this one mixed up with this one. One is a black creme and the other is oh gosh, what is it? I'm not sure. It may come to me before I finish this video. So anyway, they are in my backyard and I'm so grateful for them. So let's get started with the video. Again, I just did a video. Oh, you should watch. I hope you watched the video I just did on GGG's Gillum's Grow Bag Garden, where we videoed me taking potatoes out of grow bags. These are russet potatoes, and I think the other was Yukon Gold. Anyway, it wasn't a huge amount, but it was a good amount. It was a good amount of potatoes that we harvested out of the grow bags. And I'm so grateful for those potatoes. Yes, I am. Those are potatoes, guess what? That I don't have to go to the supermarket and purchase. Okay? So I just wanted you to know that. So that's the video that by the time you see this one is out, it's going to be already out. And hopefully you've watched that one and given me a thumbs up on that one. Okay? So I'm excited to be able to do this because, you know, we eat food all the time, but do we ever stop and think about the benefits of that food? Or are we just eating the food because it tastes good? Or we're just eating the food because this is what we grew up on and we just continue to eat it and not know the valuable benefits of these wonderful foods. So we're going to talk about the tomatoes. Tomatoes are a great source of beta carotene, lycopene, and vitamin C. So I wanted you to know that these oxidants antioxidants benefit the heart and brain health. So guess what, y'all? It's so very important because we know brain diseases like Alzheimer's and what's the other? Dementia. So we want to keep our brain health. We want to get lots of lycopene in the body, and the tomatoes. I was getting ready to say potatoes, but tomatoes come packed with a lot of lycopene, vitamin C, and beta carotene. So we want to make sure we get that, and the oxidants in these tomatoes can reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. You all, if you think about all of the diseases and illnesses that we have in this world today, I don't know if you ever stop and wonder where these things come from. Why are so many people getting sick from these things when it wasn't many, many years ago? I'm 74 years young. And I was sitting and thinking, back when I was in the 60s and the 70s, there wasn't as many diseases as it is now. So do we ever stop and think and wonder sometime and really ponder where these things come from, why we have them? I mean, it's something for us to really, really think about. It's so important. So let's get back to the tomato. The tomato is a fruit. We call it a vegetable, but it's a fruit. Why? Because it comes with seeds. Tomatoes lowers the risk of cancer. I've got some notes here, so I want you to know. I'll be reading from my notes. It helps improve heart health, and we've already talked about it improving brain health. It helps prevent constipation. It reduces type 2 diabetes, and it supports brain health. Very powerful vegetable that we have, or very powerful fruit, shall I say, that we have. So okay, let's dive into this. I don't know about you. Coming up, my dad always had a garden. Always had a garden, as long as I could remember. Always had a garden, and one of the main things that he put in his garden was tomatoes. Always had tomatoes growing in the garden. And if you have the opportunity just to walk out in a garden and just pick a tomato without the pesticides, so it has to be an organic tomato, and pick that tomato up and just eat it. That's what we did back in the day. We were out playing, and we saw the tomatoes. We went to the garden and just pulled the tomato off and ate it right there. I'm telling you, that was the best tasting tomato. It was the best tasting tomato. So I'm just saying, most of us take our tomatoes, we put something on it, salt, pepper, mayo, whatever it is that you put on salad dressing, and we cover up the real flavor and taste of the tomato. But a tomato is powerful. So let's move on. We're going to dive into this. So tomato as lowering your risk of cancer. Men who have consumed a high intake of tomatoes have reduced prostate cancer risk. So think about that. That's powerful. It helps reduce prostate cancer risk. And think about the numbers. I know you know men who have had or who have prostate cancer. So it's all prostate cancer and breast cancer almost go hand in hand. The women have breast cancer, and the man with the prostate cancer. So these powerful um, antioxidants that's in the tomato, they are very powerful. The beta carotene and lycopene they are antioxidants that may have anti-cancer properties. So, that being said, any kind of cancer, the tomato may have properties that will reduce the risk of getting cancer. These antioxidants protect against cell damage that leads to the development of cancer and causes cancer cells to die off. So if you have cancer, this is something important to know. If you have cancer already, that the tomato produces antioxidants that can kill off damaged cancer cells and cause them to die. So think about that. This is powerful. This is powerful. And I get excited when I see or hear about something that can reduce or something that can reverse or prevent an illness. I get excited that these are things that we need to actually gravitate to and begin to move forward. We talk about lifestyle changes. This is where we began to create our lifestyle changes, and it's so very important. So I want you to stand with me today as we move forward into getting healthy now. We're going to move forward into getting healthy now. It is not too late. I will always say this. It doesn't matter whether you are 1 to 100. It's never too late to make lifestyle changes that will bring us better and greater health. Y'all, this is powerful. So keep on going. We're going to keep going. And the tomato helps improve heart health. The tomato helps improve heart health. And I want y'all to know is, when I'm looking these things up and I see this, oh gosh, I promise you, I think that 2 weeks ago, I haven't done a video, I think in 2 weeks now. Well, last year, the garden, but I mean on the vegetables. But when I started looking this up, guess what? I started eating more tomatoes. I did. I started eating more tomatoes. And these tomatoes come out of my garden, come out of Gilliam's grow bag garden in my backyard. Y'all, I'm telling you, a tomato-rich diet may reduce the risk of heart disease, which is the leading cause of death in America today. So look how powerful this wonderful tomato is. All right. So one review reported that a high intake of lycopene reduced heart disease by 14%. A high intake of lycopene reduced heart disease by 14%. That's real good. Y'all, let's get on board. Get on this train. On the other video, I talked about the midnight train. So let's get on this midnight train to get healthy now. Okay, let's do this. So another study examined the effects of eating tomatoes, tomato sauce, and a cold tomato soup. The effects that it had on blood pressure in older adults. So y'all, look at what? Look at the medicine. Look at the medicine we have in vegetables. Look at this. Awesome. Powerful. The medicine that we have in vegetables. In the Bible, it tells us that the leaves on the trees are for the healing of the nation. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science, y'all. I promise you. High blood pressure is a risk factor for heart disease. Increased tomato intake resulted in a 36% risk decrease for high blood pressure. So, if you have issues with high blood pressure, or if you do not have issues with high blood pressure, I just encourage you to up your intake of tomatoes. Up your intake of tomatoes. Now, some of you may not be able to eat tomatoes. If not, there's lycopene, if I'm not mistaken, in red bell peppers and definitely in watermelons. So, and I know watermelon season is about over for us, but maybe in another area it's not about over. So I'm just giving you this information. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Get on this midnight train with me, and let's move on. All right. Tomatoes may prevent constipation. A lack of fiber in the diet can trigger constipation. A lack of fiber. Tomatoes are a source of soluble and insoluble fiber, which help if you have constipation. So if you feel you are constipated, up your intake of tomatoes. The tomatoes are compact with lots of water. Lots of water. So let's do it. Soluble fiber retains water to create a gel-like texture during digestion. Insoluble fiber adds bulk to stew. Both form stews that are easy to pass. And that's what we want. We want a stew that's easy to pass. Well, the dynamite power of tomato. That's what we need. The cellulose, the hemicellulose, and the pectin fibers in tomatoes are resistant to digestion in the large intestines and help form a healthy stew. That's what we want. You know, we don't really want to talk about our stew, our going to the bathroom. We don't want to talk about that. But y'all, it's what we do. It's what we do. We pee, we let the water out. We have a bowel movement and let the waste out that the body can't use. This is part of our makeup. It's part of our makeup. So we definitely are going to go to the bathroom and pee. Are we going to go to the bathroom and have a bowel movement? Whichever one is going to happen. And if you're not doing that, you are really sick. You are really sick. I promise you. You are really sick. So go have yourself checked out, because something is happening. If you're eating and drinking and you're not going to the bathroom, something is wrong. Your body is off sync. So tomatoes may reduce the type 2 diabetes. Nearly 15%, y'all look at this, listen to this, because this is powerful here. This is powerful. Nearly 15% of adults in the United States have diabetes. 15%. Another 38% have prediabetes or blood sugar that's higher than normal. Just think about that. So that leaves us with 53% of adults in America have some type of diabetes issue. That's powerful right there. What that say about over 50% of Americans have issues with diabetes. I'm just pausing because I'm really thinking about that. I'm really thinking about that. And we don't think about that. We're just enjoying ourselves eating. not realizing that our blood sugar is off, that the pancreas is not pumping insulin like it needs to. So I'm just thinking about that. It has been shown that lycopene may prevent type 2 diabetes. Lycopene protects cells from damage and reduces inflammation. You guys, come on and join me. Let's have a tomato feast every day, a tomato feast. I've been eating tomatoes every day since, I want to think, for a week, 8 days. For 8 days. 8 days I was eating tomato. So it's important. Tomato supports the brain health. More than 6 million adults age 65 and older in the United States have Alzheimer's. 6 million adults ages 65 and above have Alzheimer's. That's a large number. That's a large number. This form of dementia affects behavior, memory, and thinking. So I'm saying to each one of you and to myself, so I'm saying to us, let's get lycopene in our diet. Lycopene is Lycopene. Look it up. Go look it up. And again, don't take my word from what I'm telling you all. Go look up tomatoes. Go look it up. Let's do it, y'all. Let's do our due diligence to our health, to our bodies, to every organ in our bodies. Let's let our bodies know that we love them and that we want to put the right nutrients in them. Come on, y'all. Join me. Join me. I thank you. Hit the like button. You got to like this. You got to like getting this information. So hit the like. Give me a thumbs up. And not only that, share this with your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, your sisters, your brothers, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your aunt, whoever it is. Share this with them. You guys, because we're going to get older and wiser. Notice I didn't say we're going to get old. I said we're going to get older and wiser. So share this with your loved ones so that we can grow with great vitality. Okay? There is no cure and the condition worsens over time. So there's no cure for this. So let's prevent it by using the powerful, by eating, not just using, by eating the powerful tomato. Evidence has shown that antioxidants in tomatoes, such as lycopene, may protect against Alzheimer's disease. A study found that people over 70 who had a high intake of lycopene had a slower decline in cognitive function. A study that shows that people over 70 who had a high intake of lycopene had a decline. There was a decline in cognitive function. A slower decline, I'm sorry. Let me say this right. People over 70 with a high intake of lycopene had a slower decline in cognitive function. So, y'all, let's do it. Join me. Let's do it. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The power of the tomato. All right? So let's do this together. Okay, let's look at this. And I'm almost done. So the nutritional fact in tomato. One whole tomato. One whole raw tomato. The calories, 22.5. The fats, 0.25 grams. Sodium, 6.25. This is a good sodium. This is the good sodium. Carbohydrates, 4.86. A good carb. This is a good carb. Fiber, 1.5 grams. Added sugar, 0. Protein, 1.1 gram. So when people ask about where I get my protein from, and I tell them from the vegetables, y'all, vegetables have protein. Vegetables have protein. Absolutely. And I know we're not talking about proteins, but I want to say this. When we stop and look at the elephant, look at the ape, or the gorilla, they only eat plants. They eat leaves. They eat leaves. And look how strong and powerful they are. Why? They get their protein from the leaves. That's it. Now think about it. And they're not out here going to the gym lifting weights to get muscles. We've been taught you got to go to the gym to lift weights and get muscles. Get this. Get all this protein in your body so you can build your muscles. Look at the animals. If we study the animals, if we just study the animals, we would know what we need to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the micronutrients in tomatoes, you have folate, you have potassium, you have vitamin C, you have vitamin K. So the folate in the tomatoes helps produce DNA, form red blood cells to prevent anemia, and works with vitamin B12 and C to break down, use, and create new proteins and tissues. Your body creates protein anyway. It does. So this is what the tomato helps you to do. The potassium in the tomato helps build proteins in your body. It breaks down and uses carbohydrates and regulates heart rhythm and pH balance. Yeah, how powerful can this tomato be? The vitamin C in the tomato acts as an antioxidant, promotes healing, helps your body to absorb iron. Let's eat these tomatoes. Let's eat these tomatoes. Let's do it. The vitamin K in the tomato aids in blood clotting and helps maintain strong bones. Consuming tomatoes in other forms other than raw, including juice, sauce, or paste, can change the nutritional value. So consuming tomatoes other than in its raw form, including juice, sauce, and paste, can change the nutritional value. Consume tomatoes on a regular basis to take advantage of the possible benefits that it has. Those great benefits. So, having said all of that, you all, I hope and I pray that you all will think about the powerful tomato that we have been given and began to utilize that tomato. Begin to utilize that tomato and bring health, healing, and wellness to your body. I love to say this because this is what I've grew up with, and it's what I know. The Bible tells us, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper, be in good health, as your soul prospers." God wants us to prosper in our health as well in our wealth and as well in our soul. So I just pray that I have said something today that will encourage you and inspire you to get on board this train. Get on board this vegetable train. And let's make a difference in our lives. Let's make a difference in our family lives. Let's make a difference in the lives of people all over the world. Again, I pray that you like this and you would give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, I ask you subscribe to my channel and watch for other videos that will come forth. Hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell so that you will receive notifications of upcoming videos as they come forth. Again, thank you so much for joining in with me today. And thank you so much for grabbing my hand, and we walk hand in hand as we grab somebody else's hand to make this world a difference in Get Healthy Now Mastery. Again, until the next video, be well, be happy, be a tomato, peace and love, and broccoli.